Have you ever pondered the truly transfixing concept of art reaching out to physically interact with you? Not in a figurative sense, but a tangible, spine-chilling reality? A fascinating yet unsettling thought, isn't it? Envision art transcending the conventional boundaries of its frame, stretching its vivid tendrils into our world to connect with us. Experiencing such a phenomenon would be an extraordinary blend of exhilaration and fear. Picture yourself stepping into a gallery, encircled by canvases pulsating with vibrant hues, finely crafted details, and tales etched across time. A typical setting at first glance, yet a disconcerting aura of otherworldliness gripping this space sets it apart. Welcome to an art gallery quite unlike any other, an arena where the surreal morphs into a tangible reality. The very air seems heavy with anticipation, the silence amplified in the grandeur of the hall, punctuated only by the soft murmur of footsteps caressing the cold marble floor. The electric tension in the atmosphere is nearly tangible, creating a symphony of bewitching and daunting energies. Each masterpiece gracing the walls serves as a portal, not just into another world but a realm steeped in terror. Pleasant landscapes metamorphose into eerie vistas, tranquil portraits shapeshift into grotesque entities. Every piece of artwork is a testament to the artist's talent, but also a chilling window into their deepest, darkest fears. As we delve further into this intricate maze of art, it's impossible to ignore the strange semblance of life that seems to pulsate from each painting. The painted eyes that eerily track your movement, the landscapes that subtly mutate, the scenes within the frames that seem to ripple under an invisible gust of wind. It's as if the artist's dreams and nightmares have been extracted, crystallized, and confined within these frames, biding time before they erupt into our reality. As our unsuspecting visitors penetrated further into the heart of the gallery, a chilling awareness washed over them. The paintings were not passive spectators. They were the active, hungering entities. A gripping sense of foreboding ensnared the spectators as they realized that they were not just observers in this gallery, but unwilling participants in a macabre performance. The mundane seamlessly intertwined with the grotesque as the paintings began to animate. The canvas stirred, colors and scenes began to rebel against their frames. A figure's spectral hand from a portrait, its touch like the icy kiss of death. A serene landscape twisted into a terrifying abyss. The still life pulsated with uncanny life, its fruits decayed and infested with swarming insects. Each painting began to unfurl its horror, reaching, beckoning the spectators, ensnaring them within its terrifying narrative. In the blink of an eye, the gallery had transformed from a serene sanctuary of beauty and creativity into a nightmarish theater. The visitors, once mesmerized by the art's aesthetic allure, now found themselves ensnared in a grotesque spectacle. As they ventured deeper into the gallery, the paintings began to writhe. The once tranquil gallery now echoed with whispers of impending doom, painting a haunting picture of surreal terror. As they delved deeper into the gallery, the paintings became more grotesque and terrifying. Have you ever felt a painting gaze back at you? An invisible force pulling you into its realm, whispering untold tales of dread? As our visitors ventured deeper into the gallery, the art began to cast an uncanny spell. The paintings, once confined within their frames, started to reveal their true, horrifying nature. The vibrant colors of the canvas began to bleed and distort, morphing into grotesque figures and eerie landscapes. The once tranquil scenes twisted into tormented nightmares, each stroke of the brush narrating a tale of terror. The visitors could feel the growing sense of dread creeping into their hearts, their footsteps echoing ominously in the hollow gallery. The once inviting murmur of art appreciation was now replaced with an eerie silence, punctuated only by the occasional gasp of terror. The art pieces they once admired now held them captive in their mesmerizing horror. The portraits, once filled with calm and serene faces, now displayed distorted countenances, their eyes glowing with malevolent intent. The landscapes, once filled with natural beauty, now portrayed desolate wastelands, haunted forests, and eerie graveyards. The still life, once a study of everyday objects, now showcased decaying fruits, wilting flowers, and crawling insects. Each painting, a macabre masterpiece, seemed to be a terrifying testament to the artist's descent into madness. As they ventured further, they realized the disturbing truth. They were not just spectators in this gallery of horrors, they were the prey. The paintings were not just inanimate objects, but living, breathing entities feeding off their fear and dread. The realization struck them like a bolt of lightning. They were trapped in this labyrinth of terror, ensnared within the chilling narrative spun by each painting. With each step, with each passing moment, the visitors felt their sanity slipping away, their reality distorted by the grotesque art. The gallery, once a refuge of beauty and creativity, was now a twisted maze of horror and madness. The visitors, once enchanted by the allure of art, were now ensnared in their own personal nightmares. The gallery was no longer a place of art, but a labyrinth of terror. As the visitors ventured deeper into the unsettling labyrinth, the boundary between harsh reality and the grotesque horror of the painted scenes began to dissipate. A tangible cloud of dread began to shroud them, as the once serene art gallery contorted and warped into a terrifying panorama. Each canvas, once an inanimate testament to creativity, pulsed with a strange, eerie force that seemed to seep into the room's very fabric. The once vibrant tableau, filled with a symphony of hues and shades, now harbored a much more sinister secret. Their journey into this grotesque gallery took a darker turn. A sinister force seemed to be guiding them towards these sinister masterpieces, each with a monstrous tale to tell. Every canvas they dared to approach came to life as if bewitched by a malevolent enchantment. The riot of colors and the complexity of strokes that once celebrated the beauty of art now imprisoned them in a domain of terror that was as captivating as it was horrifying. Grotesque images seemed to spring from the frames, their monstrous forms threatening to swallow reality whole. Nightmarish landscapes that once were confined within the canvas edges spilled out, converting the gallery into a ghastly playground. The chilling scenarios, once mere figments of an artist's vivid imagination, unfurled before them, sending icy tendrils of fear snaking down their spines, their hearts beating with a raw, primal terror they had never known before. The once tranquil art gallery had mutated into a chilling amphitheater of horror. The comforting silence had been replaced by haunting whispers that echoed through the halls, the tranquility shattered by an atmosphere heavy with impending doom. A shocking realization hit the visitors, rendering them breathless, as they acknowledged the gallery's grotesque transformation into a labyrinth of nightmares. Escape was their only desire, but as they tried to flee, they understood the impossible nature of their task. The gallery was a ravenous beast, delighting in their terror. The welcoming doors of entrance now loomed as menacing obstacles, promising no escape. The path that once guided them into this gallery of art now twisted and contorted into a maze of never-ending dread. Their desperate attempts to flee seemed futile against the gallery's diabolical design. The realization of their predicament was akin to a bolt of lightning. The gallery was no longer a sanctuary of art, but a living, breathing embodiment of terror. Deep within the heart of the maze, they stumbled upon the most terrifying spectacle yet, a painting that dwarfed all others in size and horror. The canvas was a swirling vortex of grotesque figures, each more horrifying than the last. The dark hues of the painting seemed to suck in all light, creating an abyss of terror. This was no ordinary painting. It was a living, breathing nightmare. As they stared, transfixed, they felt an indescribable pull, a force drawing them closer to the monstrous tableau. Their fear-stricken faces mirrored in the oily sheen of the painting, their terrified expressions becoming a part of the grotesque composition. The painting seemed to pulsate with a life of its own, the figures within reaching out, their ghastly hands stretching towards the visitors. In a moment of gut-wrenching horror, they realized their fate. They were not mere observers, but unwilling participants in this macabre masterpiece. Their screams were swallowed by the canvas, their figures absorbed, becoming a part of the twisted tableau. Their existence was now confined to the eerie depths of the painting, their terror forever immortalized in this gallery of nightmares. The chilling truth was revealed. The gallery was not a simple showcase for art. It was a prison, a trap for the unwary. The paintings were not mere depictions of horror. They were the horror. The gallery was a living, breathing entity, its hunger for fear never satiated, its walls forever echoing with the tortured screams of its victims. In the end, they became the art they feared, trapped forever in the gallery of nightmares. Their horrified faces forever a testament to the gallery's malevolent power, a grim reminder of the gallery's insatiable appetite for terror. As the echoes of their screams faded, the gallery resumed its deceptive calm, ready to ensnare the next set of unwary visitors. The gallery had become a twisted maze, each turn leading to a new nightmare. Their terror amplified, escape seemed impossible. And just when they thought it couldn't get any worse, they realized the paintings were not the only ones watching.